the Ukraine has let the world not only short of support in grains, but also fertilizers, this could tighten food supplies. Farmers are seeing prices for fertilizers skyrocket. Some may choose to rotate crops to use as nutrients, which could reduce crop yields. Also, double whammy, if not triple whammy, to the commodity strategists, you have geopolitical risk, high input costs, and basically shortages. Right, so you got so you got higher input costs and shortages. So they're saying they got shortages. So I don't know what input costs mean, but I guess they mean like more cost of doing business. Yeah, that makes sense, right? More cost of doing business because the price of living has gone up, right? Because you got inflation. If you know, inflation is devaluation of the currency, right? So you got to pay more, okay? You got to pay more for your shit. You know, whatever it be, groceries or food, whatever the fuck, you know, you got to pay more. Now I was gonna say a quick testimony because I went to there's a spot that I like around here, and the brother Mayum, if he's watching this, you know, the brother knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's a spot that I like around here, and I love that spot, man. You get I like to get a bowl from there, man, burrito bowl, about some chicken and so on and so forth, right? And I'm talking to the man there, the cashier down in the spot. And the prices, I remember looking at it, the prices usually is about $10, right, for a bowl. Now it's like 15. You know, it's like $15. And I was like, oh shit, what happened? I asked him, like, what happened? You know, he said, hey man, you know, the price of chicken has gone up, you know, from this war. You know, and he had to rise the prices. He actually had a sign up that said, you can change the prices at any time, just warning, the prices can change, you know? And of course I paid for it anyway when I went out there to get that food, you know? But that's just the shit that's coming up here, man. You know? Famines, you know? So forth and so on. Which this is talking about a famine, which we're gonna get into Proverbs, what the fuck? Matthew 24, like 7 and 8. You know, we'll get into that. And then after that, I'll probably close off, go run into my swamp, run back to my hiding spot, my hideout. You know how it is. You know, I call it the swamp. But, you know, I'm gonna start calling it that, man. That's I got that from Shrek. But you know, let's focus on this shit real quick. You know, sometimes you can have a sense of humor. A fertilizer shortage is added to the growing concerns about the Ukraine war's impact on prices and scarcity of certain basic foods. Combined, Gog and Magog, right, Russia and Belarus, have provided about 40% of the world's exports of potash. According to Morgan Stanley, Russia's imports were hit by sanctions. Further in February, right, February, a major Belarus producer declared force majeure at the statement that it wouldn't be able to uphold its contract due to forces beyond its control. All right, so pretty much the Belarus producer is saying that it's not able to hold up to his contract. So that has something to do with the production power. I'm not going to go look into all this stuff. Russia also exported 11% of the world's urea and 40% of the ammonium nitrate. Russia and Ukraine together export 28% of fertilizers made from nitrogen and phosphorus, as well as potassium, according to Morgan Stanley. All right, so let's go look into some of these things, because I actually don't know what any of this shit means. What's potash? The fuck is potash? I don't know what the potash is. That's fertilizer. So it's all fertilizers. You know, you ain't gotta look into everyone. It is a huge problem, said CF Industries CEO Tony Will in a recent CNBC appearance. He said global fertilizer supplies are very tight. CF manufactures and distributes fertilizers. So global fertilizer supplies are tight. So this is tightening on supply. So it's becoming a shortage that was worsened by war, and it's driving up the food prices. All right. So it's only going to get worse, man. You know, more people, the love of money, going to wax cold because, you know, they're going to see more prices rise up. More people are going to rise up and start stealing from their brother. From their brothers, right? That's what these Americans call themselves, right? They call each other their brothers, but they are brothers, right? We're all from the same people, right? Like we're all brothers here, right? We're all sons of Jacob, right? We're all Israel, right? We're all Israelites. These people, right? You know, Esau, he's going to kill his brother because Esau is an Edomite, and those Edomites is very different groups and clans under Esau. Temanites, those nations, those are Edomites too. They're brothers, so they're gonna rise up and kill each other. And that's just gonna be Edomite against Edomite crime, gonna continue to rise up here in the society, you know. And this crime is gonna rise up. Period. Jake, you know how Jake is. Jake is gonna steal, man. If Jake can't get something, he gonna go out and steal it. You know, so there's gonna be more of that rising in society. More thievery, more killings, or more murders, right? Because not killing is justified, murder is unjustified. All right, so you're gonna have more of that, you know, bounce up in the society, believe it or not. It's a confluence of factors, unprecedented demand coupled with a huge fall off in supply availability, only just exacerbated by the war in the construction crane, and what's going on with exports coming out of Russia and Ukraine were added. All right, so basically they're saying that there was a famine or shortage of these supplies beforehand, right? Because you got this whole pandemic, right? This whole shit that went down. The supply chain was already disrupted, but you know these elites, they playing that shit out. They playing that shit out already. You know, they already had that shit lined up, and they did that shit on purpose. They created the Windows 19. They had that shit disseminated and put out, right? And they're the ones that shut down the economy. All right? So they did that on purpose. Moving on. I think this is pretty much a point. But yeah, that's what I want to say about oil. Oil is a global commodity, so global events can affect it. That's what I want to say. So yeah, I'm not going to read the rest of that article because it's kind of long. So we're done with that one. We're just going to go here. We're going to go hit the point, and I'm going to go run home. It's the book of Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. You shall hear wars and rumors of wars, so you should not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, the end is not yet. All right, so we're not supposed to be troubled by these things, right? Wars, literal wars occurring, and you got rumors of wars occurring, right? Like we're hearing about this war going out in Ukraine, right? We're hearing about it. We're seeing it in the news. You got wars going down, right? In our days now, we have social media and television. Rumors of war are common in our time now, exactly, because we're able to hear about these things at an easier level, right? Verse 7, the nations shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So, right, nations are going to be fighting against each other. We're not seeing this right now with this whole thing that's going on. You know, and I'm going to say the code word, the construction crane. Exactly, we're seeing that. We're seeing wars come out. We're seeing famines. We're getting famines of fertilizers, shortages. There were already shortages of fertilizer before this whole shit went down and made fertilizer prices go through the roof. And that fertilizer going through the roof is going to further make the food prices go up, all right, among other factors. Because we already know we're dealing with inflation, you know. So this war and global commodities prices going up, it's just going to make everything rise up. And when these food prices rise up, people are going to be more desperate. People are going to be more desperate. They're going to commit more crimes. They're going to commit more killings, more act of murder, all right, more act of violence against each other, which that once again plays into what we read already. Moving on. And there should be famines, right? Famines, right? Food shortages, pestilences, diseases, viruses, like what we got now, Windows 19 gnats, pox, right? And it's going to be more. It's going to be more that's going to come to pass. It's going to come in, you know, because they already talked about it. I think, you know, what's his name? Yuval Harari, whatever that asshole's name is. He talked about it. You know, he said he got a. What did he say? I think he said the tracking has to be inside of the skin, and so basically that there's gonna be another wave of this Windows 19. So that could have been an old video. I don't know. But we know that they're planning another one because we're seeing this shit rise up in Moab land, you know, and there's certain cases rising up in certain, you know, places. I think I saw one was Lost LA. So it's only going to get worse, man. All bounding up to another lockdown. So this may be the final one. This may be the one where they want to bring in the martial law, you know. And then the earthquakes, right? You got earthquakes in Haiti, Fukushima. You look at earthquake map from the United States, geological survey, right? You can see that there's earthquakes that happen every day, you know, because not all of them are reported on. But Lord willing, you are edified. Let's see if there's any more I want to really go into on this, and then I'll, you know, get ready to go run away, you know, and bounce up out of here because these demons, they're riled up. They're mad that I came out here. So, you know, I'm gonna go wrap up and make sure I bounce up out of here. So yeah, wheat futures. Wheat futures, what is that? Oh, okay, so it seems like some sort of economic kind of stock market thing. So rising prices for wheat, corn, and soy. Wheat futures for July were down slightly Wednesday. They were rose about 4% on Tuesday on worries about the construction crane, but also on worse than expected U.S. crop conditions. All right, so it's all worse than, man, more famines, right? Corn future prices are up nearly 30% year to date, an inch downward Wednesday on the Chicago Board of Trade. Soybean futures are also slightly lower. All right, so in terms of stocks, it's all going down. It's leading to rising prices, you know. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, and it's saying, you know, there's powerful stock market on it, you know, and it's leading to the prices going up for us, with us having more food shortages, rising prices. It's just going to lead to people getting more desperate, so on and so forth. So Lord willing, you're edified, and I'm going to say, Kolayim La Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Boha, Bakak Kadash, Brakdom. The one, you brothers were edified. Till next time, I say Shalom.